ஆழ்வார் திருடிகளே சரணம். எம்பெருமானார் திருடிகளே சரணம். பெரியவாச்சான் பிள்ளை திருடிகளே சரணம். ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம். ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம். குலசேகர ஆழ்வார் திருடிகளே சரணம். ஸ்ரீசைலேஷ தயாபாத்திரம் தீபக்தியாதி குணார்ணமம் யதீந்திர பிரவணம் வந்தே ரம்ய ஜாமாத்திரம் முனிம் ரம்ய ஜாமாத்திரி யோகீந்திர பாத ரேகாமயம் சதா ததா யத்தாத்ம சத்தாதிம் ராமானுஜ முனிம் பஜே. லக்ஷ்மீநாத சமாரம்பாம் நாதே யாமுன மத்தியமாம் அஸ்மத் ஆச்சாரிய பரியந்தாம் வந்தே குரு பரம்பராம். यो नित्यमच्युत वदाम्बुजे युग्मरुक्म व्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणायमेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दैहिकसिद्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये. मातापिता योते स्तनया भूति सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य न कुलपतेर्वकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्ग्रियुगलं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना. भूतं शरश्च महताह्वय भट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसार कुलशेखर योगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्ग्रिरेण परकाल यतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्. இன்னமுத முட்டிகேன் இங்கேவா பைங்கிளியே தென்னரங்கம் பாடவல்ல சீர்பெருமாள் பொன்னின் சிலை சேர் முதலியர்வேள் சேரலர்கோன் எங்கள் குலசேகர என்னே கூறு ஆரங்கிட பரநண்பர் கொள்ளார் எண்ணு அவர்களுக்கே வாரங்கொடு உடப்பாம்பில் கையிட்டவன் மாற்றலரை வீரங்கெடுத்த செங்கோல் கொல்லிகாவலன் வில்லவர்கோன் சேரன் குலசேகரன் முடிவேந்தர் சிகாமணியே. In the series of lectures on Dhivyaprabandham, in the previous session, we started enjoying perumAL thirumozhi. This perumAL thirumozhi is a collection of 105 pasurams in beautiful Tamil by Kulashekara Alvar. Kulashekara perumAL, Kulashekara Alvar is the one who was born in thiruvozhi, which is in Kerala region, also known as Malayala Divideshams, Malayala region. There, in the town of thiruvozhi, Kulashekara Alvar took birth, appeared there as the son of a Chera king. Many of you may know that there were three main dynasties in this Tamil region: Chera, Chola, Pandya. In that Chera kings, they were in the Kerala region. Back then it was all this Tamil Desham. And then Chola king, he was having his capital near Srirangam, what we know as Tiruvurayur Dividesham. That was the headquarters for Chola king. And then there was Pandya kings. They were having Madurai as their capital. So these three kingdoms were famous, and Kulashekara Alvar was born as a Kshatriya in the Chera dynasty as the son of Dhridavrata. Dhridavrata, the king, nurtured his child Kulashekara, and when he became a youth, at that time Dhridavrata performed coronation for Kulashekara, and then he left to the forest to be in Vanaprastha ashramam. Kulashekara was ruling his kingdom, and in his youth he went and defeated the Chola kings, Pandya kings, and all the other regional powers, and he became the emperor of the whole region. Subsequently, he developed great devotion towards Bhagavan, Sriman Narayana, and Bhagavan also blessed him with Mayarvara Madinalam, that is divine knowledge and divine devotion. With that, he became totally devoted to Bhagavan, and he wanted to go to Srirangam every day. He was also constantly listening to Sri Ramayanam through the words of Panditas, Pauranikas. Eventually, he became really frustrated with the royal life, materialistic life, and he traveled to many Divideshanams, and finally he ascended to Paramapadam from Mannar Koil near Tirunelveli. What we see as Tirunelveli nowadays, near that there is a town named Mannar Koil. From that town he ascended to Paramapadam when he was only 67 years old. He was born on the auspicious Masi Masam Punarpusa Nakshatram. He composed perumAL thirumozhi, a collection of 105 pasurams, which is focused on Sharanagati. In the first Padigam itself, Alvar performs Sharanagati to Periya Perumal Sri Ranganatha in Sri Rangam. He craves to come to Sri Rangam every day. Every day he would crave and he would long to visit Sri Rangam. But earlier his ministers would stop him from proceeding because they thought that he had to take care of the responsibilities of the kingdom. So he was singing these pasurams with great craving, with great love towards Sri Ranganatha. So he commences his perumAL thirumozhi performing Mangala Shasanam to Periya Perumal Sri Ranganatha and longing to go and see him in Sri Rangam. So that is the theme of the first Padigam. We'll see the introduction section of this first Padigam, first decade, based on Periyavachan Pillai's commentary. Srimad Krishna Samahvaya Namo Yamana Sonave Yat Katakshaika Lakshanam Sulava Sridhara Sada. That is Periyavachan Pillai's Taniyan. He is said to be the son of Yamuna, Yamunacharya, not Alavandar, but a subsequent Acharya named Yamuna. And those who are becoming the target of Periyavachan Pillai's divine eyes, they will certainly reach Bhagavan. So such is his glory. He has written commentary for all the dhivyaprabandhams. Now we are going to use his commentary to go through the meanings of this perumAL thirumozhi, dhivyaprabandham. So first Padigam, iruLiriyach chudarmaigaL imaikum niti. That is the commencement of the first Padigam. First we will see the brief introduction section for this Padigam. Here in the introduction section, Periyavachan Pillai highlights Bhagavan, who is Shriyapati. Shriyapati means the Lord of Sri Mahalakshmi, the husband of Sri Mahalakshmi. He is also Jnananandaika Swarupan. That is, Bhagavan by nature is made of Jnanam and Anandam. Anandam is nothing but another form of Jnanam. Jnanam means true knowledge. So what is Bhagavan made of? He is made of, his Swarupam is Jnanam, Anandam. And he also has many auspicious qualities, good qualities, countless qualities. Among them also there is Jnanam and Anandam. So he is made of Jnanam and Anandam. He also has Jnanam and Anandam. These are known as Dharmi and Dharmabhuta Jnanam. Dharmi Jnanam means the consciousness, Bhagavan. That is, that consciousness is also a form of knowledge only. And he is always happy, joyful. So he is Anandam, joy personified. And then he also has Jnanam, with which he knows everything. Every Atma has this dual aspect. There is Dharmi Jnanam, which is Atma itself, and then there is Dharmabhuta Jnanam, Atma's Jnanam. In the case of Jivatmas, the Dharmi Jnanam is that which indicates I. So whenever we wake up from the sleep, let's say, we wake up as the Atma with the realization that we are awake. So that is Dharminyana. And then we realize what else is around us. There is a table, there is a computer, there is father, mother. Our name is this. Our job is this. All of these realizations, they are all part of Dharma Bhuta Jnana. So these two aspects are there always with Jivatma. And Jivatma Swarupam, our Swarupam is very tiny, Anutvam, atomic, very, very small, insignificant. But Bhagavan is Vibhu. Vibhu means all pervading. His Swarupam is such that it beholds everything. Everything is supported by Bhagavan's Swarupam, including his own forms, including Sri Mahalakshmi, Bhumi Devi, Neela Devi, Nitya Suryas, Muktatmas, Baddhatmas, Paramapadam, Samsaram. Everything is held by Bhagavan. So Bhagavan is both knowledge as well as he has knowledge. Usually Advaitis, Mayavadis, they will accept that Bhagavan is knowledge, but they will not accept that Bhagavan has knowledge. For them, there is only one thing. There is no second aspect. That is what is Advaitam. But Shastram, Vedam, Vedantam clearly shows that Bhagavan is consciousness, sentient being, supremely sentient being. He also has knowledge. He also has qualities, other qualities. So this is the view of Vishishtadvaitam. And then there is Ubhaya Vibhuti Yuktanai. Bhagavan is having two Vibhutis, Nitya Vibhuti, Leela Vibhuti. Nitya Vibhuti means Paramapadam. Leela Vibhuti means this samsaram where we are. And then he is also Sarvasmat Paran. He is superior to everyone. And then he is Sarveshwara. He is the controller of everyone and everything. And this control is accomplished by his Sharira Shariri Bhavam. That is what Vishishtadvaita Siddhantam's key point is. To understand Vishishtadvaitam, one has to have clear understanding of Sharira Shariri Bhavam. Everything is Shariram, body. Bhagavan is Shariri, Atma. Atma usually supports body. How do we know? This body remains here talking as long as Atma is inside. Once the Atma leaves this body falls down. It doesn't have any reaction. So what is holding the body? What is supporting the body? It is the Atma. Many people will think that Atma is supported by body. That is not the case. Because even after the body goes, Atma lives. Atma is always there. It is neither created nor destroyed. So this concept is emphasized in our Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam based on Vedantam. Vedantam says that all objects we see is a physical object, and then within the object, and then within Atma there is Paramatma. So Tattvatrayam is there. Chit, Achiti, Ishwaran. Chit is Atma, knowledgeable sentient being. Ishvara is Paramatma, who is present within the Atma. And then Achit is the body of the Atma, the body which the Atma has. So these three principles, they always stay together. Bhagavan cannot be separated from Atma and Achit. So he is always together. He is always all pervading. He is present everywhere at all time. There is no time when he will not be present. So these are all greatness of Bhagavan. He is Sarveshwara. He is controlling everything. How can someone control everything? So that is where we have to understand Vishishtadvaita Siddhantam, the Sharira Shariri Bhavam again. Atma is present within this body. This Atma is having this body. Now who controls this body? It is the Atma. The Atma says, speak. I am speaking. This body is immediately speaking. Atma says from within, wave your hands. Body is waving the hands. If the Atma says, be quiet, then I'll remain quiet. This body will remain quiet with no action. So Atma is the controller. And how is Atma able to control the body? Because Atma is within the body. Now Bhagavan is present everywhere. In every item, everything, whatever we see. That is how he is able to control everything. How is Bhagavan controller of everything in this prapancham, this whole universe? That is because he is present within everything. So all of these are important aspects of Bhagavan. Being Shriyapati, being Jnanam, being Anandam, having auspicious qualities, countless auspicious qualities. And then having Ubhaya Vibhuti, Nitya Vibhuti and Lila Vibhuti as his wealth. And then he is superior to everyone. And then he is the controller of everyone. Such Bhagavan bestowed Kulashekara Alvar Bhakti Rupa Panna Jnanam. That is Jnanam which is matured into Bhakti, devotion. So this Bhakti Rupa Panna Jnanam is the beginning stage of an Atma in the spiritual progress, ultimate spiritual progress. Once one has this Bhakti, then that Bhakti can develop into Parabhakti, Parajnanam, Paramabhakti and so on. Bhakti means devotion towards superior person. Now Parabhakti means the situation where Atma is happy when he is with Bhagavan, Atma is sad when he is separated from Bhagavan. And then Parajnanam is the stage where he can visualize the Paramatma. And third and final stage is Paramabhakti, which is one cannot sustain even a single moment in separation of Bhagavan. So these three stages, they are given to Bhagavan, given by Bhagavan to all the Alvars. That is why they are glorified. Bhagavan had bestowed this ultimate Parabhakti up to this Parabhakti stage, and then he nurtures Parajnanam and Paramabhakti in each of those Alvars. So Kulashekara Perumal, yesterday, the previous session itself, I told that Kulashekara Alvar is also known as Kulashekara Perumal because he had great love towards Sri Rama. Rama is known as Perumal in our Sampradayam. Because he had great love towards Sri Rama, he became to be known as Kulashekara Perumal. So Kulashekara Alvar, Kulashekara Perumal got this Bhakti Rupa Panna Jnanam, the Jnanam which is matured into devotion. Because he got this directly from Bhagavan, he is not able to remain patiently that whenever Bhagavan gives me the result, I will accept it. Until then, I will remain in the samsara. He did not have that attitude. Only if one acquires this great bhakti through the effort of Karma Yogam, Jnana Yogam, Bhakti Yogam, through multiple lifetimes, if one gets to that stage, then one will remain patient to get his acts together and complete the process. If he is doing Karma Yogam, one has to complete the Karma Yogam, how many ever births it may take. So, the person who has acquired bhakti through this manner, through Karma Yogam, Jnana Yogam, Bhakti Yogam, by one's own effort, such person will remain patient until he gets the result. But because this was given by Bhagavan himself, he got so much knowledge and so much devotion and so much advancement, he cannot tolerate remaining in the samsara even for a second. So he desires to enjoy Bhagavan's auspicious qualities. Now, If he enjoys in Paramapadam, he will not be able to enjoy certain qualities such as Vatsalyam, Saushelyam, Saulabhyam, and so on. That is because in Vatsalya means considering the mistake of someone who is depending on us to be a good deed. That is Vatsalyam. Swamitvam means being the Lord. Saushelyam means mixing with people who are not advanced. And then Saulabhyam means being able to behold by others. So, these qualities cannot be enjoyed in Paramapadam because there is no one like that. Only if somebody does a mistake, then Bhagavan can show Vatsalyam. If nobody does mistake, in Paramadam nobody does mistake. So no option for seeing such aspects. So Alvar is now thinking, instead of going to Paramapadam and enjoying Bhagavan, where we cannot see his Vatsalyam, Swamitvam, Saulabhyam, Saushelyam and all those qualities, let us desire to see Bhagavan and worship Bhagavan in Sri Rangam. The Sri Rangam is the root, primary Dividesham, and Alvar is desiring, when will I be in the Goshti of Bhagavatas? When will I acquire great bliss? When will I see all these Nityasuris, Muktas, everyone gathered there? So, thinking in this manner, Kuleshekar Alvar is enjoying or trying to enjoy Periya Perumal in this first Padikam. Let us see the pastorals one by one. iruLiriyach chudarmaigaL இமைக்கும் நெத்தி இனத்துத்தி அணிபணம் ஆயிரங்களார்ந்த அரவரச பெருஞ்சோதி அனந்தன் என்னும் அணிவிளங்கும் உயர்வெள்ளை அணையை மேவி திருவரங்க பெருநகருள் தென்னீர் பொன்னி திரைக்கையால் அடிவருட பள்ளி கொள்ளும் கருமணியை கோமளத்தை கண்டுகொண்டு என் கண்ணினைகள் என்று கொள்ளோ கழிக்கும் நாடே. So in each of these pasaram, Alvar is revealing his desire. In the first pasaram, he is saying simply that when am I going to see this Ranganatha? When am I going to fill my eyes with his darshan? That is the longing shown in this first pasaram. Tiruvaranga Perunagarul in this Srirangam. Now, we also have to see in the introduction section, it is said that in Kaushidaki Upanishad, there Bhagavan's presence on Adishesha is greatly desired by a Muktatma, a Mumukshu, and so on. So that same concept is being shown here. That Kuleshekar Alvar is eagerly desiring to have darshan of Bhagavan on the Adishesha. So that is the brief introduction. Let us see the word by word meanings. Tiruvaranga Perunagarul, Srirangam, the great town. In that town, iruLiriyach, to have the darkness destroyed and scattered. chudarmaigaL, having manikams. Manikams are one type of precious gemstones. Manikams which are having great radiance. Imaikum, where they are shining. Netri, having forehead. Again here in the first pasaram, in the first section, Alvar is glorifying Adishesha, how Adishesha is present. So in the Srirangam Dividesham, Adishesha is present with the precious gemstones on its hoods, on his hoods. And there is also Imaikum Netri, having forehead, which is having all these precious gems. We may have seen Adishesha or some snakes. There will be a small divine feet-like structure on the hoods. That is explained as Inatuti Ani. Inatuti Ani means on the hoods of the Adishesha, there is pair of lotus feet, divine feet. They are there. Panangal Ayiram are there. There are 1,000 hoods for Adishesha, having them in a complete manner. Aravarasan. Aravarasan means the king of all these snakes, serpents. perumJothi, the one who is greatly Tejasvi, one who is very greatly radiant. Anantan ennum. Thiruvananthalvan. Now only the after telling almost half the Pasaram only, Alvar is telling about Thiruvananthalvan, Adishesha. Adishesha is having all these aspects. That is, on his 1,000 hoods, there are different precious gemstones, and Bhagavan is present on that Adishesha. Anivilangum. What is that Adishesha? Anivilangum. Very beautiful. Uyar Vellai Anayai. It is the very whitish divine mattress of Bhagavan. Maybe remaining fixed on it. Adiyan Raman Dasan. That tall and whitish, very whitish divine mattress, on that maybe remaining fixed. Tennir Ponni. Tennir Ponni means having very pure, very clear waters without any disturbance and muds. That Kaveri river, Thiraikkaiyal Adivaruda. The Kaveri river is coming and massaging Sri Ranganatha's divine feet. How? With its waves. The Kaveri's waves are shown here as the hands. So, the Kaveri is coming and massaging Sri Ranganatha's divine feet. Kaveri Tayar, she is said to be the mother-in-law of Sri Ranganatha, because Tayar, Sri Mahalakshmi Tayar, is born from ocean, water body. So, this Kaveri is also said to be mother of Tayar. So, she is the mother-in-law. When she comes peacefully and offers gifts to her son-in-law, that is Sri Ranganatha. So, that Kaveri is caressing. Caressing means massaging the divine feet of Bhagavan, and Palli Kollum, as Bhagavan is resting, reclining. Karumaniyai, like the blue gemstone, like that. Komalathai, one who is having very tender nature. Komala means one which is tender. So having such Periya Perumal, En Kannanigal, my eyes, Kandu Kondu, having seen it, having seen them completely, continuously worshipping them, Kalikom Naal, when I become joyful, Yendrugalo, which date it is going to happen? So that is what is being asked in this Pasaram. So Kulishekar Alvar is telling Adishesha, Adishesha is having beautiful gemstones on his hoods, and Bhagavan is resting on that Adishesha, on that mattress, which is like very comfortable mattress. And while Bhagavan is present in Srirangam in this manner, while resting on the Adishesha mattress, the river Kaveri, it comes and massages Bhagavan's divine feet, and Bhagavan is taking rest due to that, due to becoming too comfortable. Such Bhagavan. Seeing such Bhagavan, when are my eyes going to become really joyful? Asks Kuleshekara in the first pasaram. Next pasaram. வாயோரி இறைஞூறு துதங்களார்ந்த வளையுடம்பில் அழல் நாகம் உமிழ்ந்த செந்தி வீயாத மலர்ச்சென்னி விதானமே போல் மேன்மேலும் மிகவெங்கும் பறந்ததன் கீழ்.